Welcome to Spiritual Mystic. My name is Katrina. This is your weekly video for June 17th through June 23rd, 2018. I'm going to be trying a different format for a few weeks to see if that suits my followers a little better and gives you a better insight into what I can do for you, how I can do it, and what benefits you'll get from working with me. I'm going to start today by trying to explain a little bit about spiritual life coaching and what exactly that is. My belief is there is a spiritual cause, root, underlying current to everything that doesn't resonate with our soul. And that can be anything from depression to unexplained grief and sadness. And sadness and grief don't always mean depression. Depression exhibits completely differently than just sadness or grief. It can also be when we get sick and we don't know how we got sick. I am not in any way maligning Western medicine, and my daughter has this all figured out so perfectly. If we address the mental, emotional, spiritual cause right as soon as it happens or as soon as possible after it has happened, we can usually lessen or even prevent the need for modern medicine to intervene. If we let a trauma or a bad experience or a life situation get out of control and we don't deal with it properly, then we get sick. Then we need psychotherapy or drugs or surgery or medications that will alter our body chemistry. But my thoughts and my feelings are that we can stop that before it's necessary 99% of the time. Yes, I know sometimes accidents happen. You're in a horrific car accident and then you have to heal from that. And that requires some intervention from modern medicine. You can make yourself heal faster and more completely with fewer scars and fewer lasting effects if you incorporate spirituality and mental and emotional wellness and exercises into your healing regime. I know this sounds very weird and hard to comprehend, but I'm going to give you a perfect example. My daughter thought that she had irritable bowel syndrome. She thought for years that she had irritable bowel syndrome. She had been in two very stressful, painful, borderline abusive relationships, one right after the other. And she just could not seem to figure out her life, why she kept attracting abusive men to her. And then one day, she just decided she was going to be on her own for a while, that she was going to take a break from socializing, from dating, and she was going to concentrate on her own life. And I've been working with her. I've been giving her exercises to do that I use on my own clients. And she woke up one day and she called me and she was like, "Oh my God, Mom, my IBS is gone. It's just not there. I'm perfectly normal again." And honestly, it was a combination of I was making her deal with her own issues. I was getting her to look deep inside herself at a lot of things that she'd been carrying around from her childhood and her teenage years and even maybe her early 20s. And then she got away from people that were just not good for her. And she's healed of her IBS. Now, I am not promising you that you will suddenly be cured of cancer or that your diabetes will go away. What I can tell you is you'll find it easier to deal with those issues and a lot of other physical and emotional issues if you incorporate the practices that I have designed. I use them on myself, I use them on my family, I use them on friends. I use a lot of energy medicine, and that is, I have a friend who does Reiki, and I do refer people to her for specific Reiki issues. But energy medicine is a little different. You have energy meridians throughout your body, and those meridians affect different parts of your body. They affect glands, they affect organs, they affect your heart rate, your blood pressure, even your ability to sweat or to sleep properly. And they intersect with your energy centers that are called chakras. There are ways that you can physically flush and open those energy meridians so that the energy is flowing in the right direction and it's moving through you in a healthy, productive way. And by keeping those energy meridians open, you are allowing yourself to process life as it gets thrown at you. I went through a very traumatic experience at the end of 2004. And I felt like I was losing my mind. I just didn't know how I was going to go on, how I was going to cope. And I started using energy medicine on myself and flushing my energy meridians and doing the meditations. There are some yoga poses that you can incorporate along with the energy medicine. And I have developed a routine that works really well if you're trying to get over any sort of trauma. I got to the point that I did this on myself 3-4 times a day, every day. And even after I started feeling better for several years, I wouldn't leave the house. If I woke up and I knew I was going to be late for an appointment, I still would not leave the house until I had done the basic energy exercises to make sure I was balanced and my meridians were open and flowing properly and that I was relaxed and breathing well. Now, over time, I don't need to do it every day. I do it more often than not, but it still isn't necessary every day. I also have managed to stop a cold dead in its tracks. I feel like I'm getting a fever and my head's stuffy, my throat's sore, my ears feel funky. I will do my energy medicine routine. I'll drink some healthy herb tea. I'll make sure I get a little bit of extra sleep, or I'll take an afternoon or an evening and just lay on the couch and sleep. And before you know it, the cold's gone, or it never really gets a good hold on me to start with. I do want to give you a word of caution, 2 words of caution. The first word is this will not work if you don't let it work. You have to want to heal. You have to want to get better. You have to believe that you have the power inside of you to heal yourself. The other word of caution I want to give you is if you're already seeing a doctor and you're already on medication, I will not work with you unless your doctor says it's okay. And I will never, ever tell you to stop taking medication that a doctor is giving you. That is up to your medical doctor. Now, this isn't just about physical maladies. It's also about mental and emotional problems. Some people, I had a friend once who was pregnant with twins. The twins were born. One baby lived, the other one didn't. She couldn't grieve. She had a baby to take care of, and she had a baby she needed to grieve losing. She became so obsessed with taking care of the baby that made it, she didn't properly release and deal with letting go of the baby that didn't. And she developed fibromyalgia. And it was one of the worst cases of fibromyalgia I've ever seen. She would literally just be sitting there crying because her entire body hurt. The truth was, her body was reacting to emotions that she was holding on to inside of her and she couldn't let go of. Once she started addressing the fact that she had to let go of the grief, she had to let herself be sad, she had to let herself cry, she had to let herself just accept that this was horrible and painful and sad, and work through all those emotions, her fibromyalgia got better. It didn't, unfortunately, resolve itself completely, but she got a whole lot better. It also works with depression. It works when you just feel like your soul is tired. And I know we've all had that feeling where nothing's really wrong in our life. We're tired of all the bad news on TV. We're tired of all the depressing posts on Facebook. We are really just over and done with watching all of the horrible, mean things that people do to each other every day. And we get to this point where we wonder, is it really worth it? Should we even try to feel better? Is there anything to feel better for? Yes, there is, and energy medicine can help you with that as well. I have so many exercises. I have journaling exercises. I have meditations. I wrote a book on your chakras and allowing your chakras not to just be a little ball of energy, but to allow them to expand out into a landscape so you can create the life you want in your physical reality. Energy medicine is taking your energy and making sure it's whole and it's healthy and it's stable and balanced, and allowing it to work for you and with you so you can improve your circumstances, improve your health, improve the way you're thinking and feeling mentally and emotionally. And I call it spiritual life coaching, because this isn't about religion. This is about being connected to higher powers, to energies outside of yourself, to whoever or whatever you believe created you. I believe in a god and a goddess. I believe in Mother Earth, and I believe that there are many other gods and goddesses that control different aspects of life and creatures that live other than people, and that control the weather and the elements and the sun, moon, and stars. It's very vast and it's very complex. Spiritually connecting to these other powers, to these other energies. Sorry about that. Spiritually connecting to these other energies and these other entities, powers, allows you to realize that no matter how bad everything seems, how depressed you are, how tired you are, you're not alone. There are others out there who think and feel and are consciously aware of you and what you're going through. And they will talk to you and they will communicate with you and they will let you pour your soul out to them. They want you to feel physically part of the greater whole, physically part of the giant web of energy that is our universe, being part of more than just your little family unit or your clique of friends or your workplace coworkers. Or maybe you don't have any of those things. Maybe you're disabled or you're retired and you stay home all the time and the only person you see is the person in the mirror or the person on TV. It isn't true. There is more to the universe than that, and you are connected to it. I have exercises that help you let down your guard and reach out and feel the connectedness with the other energies and the other entities that exist in this world, the other beings that are out there. And simply by acknowledging them and allowing ourselves to not just believe, but know that they really do exist and they're real and they're there, we give them energy to continue to exist. They connect to our energy and our belief and our knowing that they're there, and they use that energy to strengthen themselves and to be more present and more visible and more connected back to us. I have so much I can offer you. If you want to stop smoking, if you want to diet, if you can't get your blood sugar under control, if your doctor has got you on 100 meds for heart disease or cancer or depression or IBS or any of the other things, high blood pressure, whatever it is, I can help you. I have exercises that will help you deal with what you're going through. And even, what if you're on 5 medications and after working with me, you got to stop taking one of them, but you still felt like a totally and completely different person at the end of the day? Would it be worth trying to get well? Would it be worth trying to feel better? Would it be worth giving it time and attention? Don't you owe it to yourself to give yourself time and attention to try to feel better, to try to get better, to try and just feel whole and healthy and connected to something more wonderful and more glorious and more amazing than the mundane, everyday things that are just making you tired? The link for my website is on this video. Next week, I'm going to talk about dream interpretation. I hope you have a wonderful week. All of my contact information is on my website. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you later.